What's up, America? This is beautiful Jack Stud. I'm coming to you from out there somewhere on the independent wrestling circuit. This is Tavern Tales. This is the show where I uncover the coolest, the weirdest, the most outrageous stories from backstage professional wrestling, one wrestler at a time. So grab yourself a cold one, and let's go see who we got waiting for me.
Yeah! Woo! Yeah!
What's up, America? This is beautiful Jack Stud. We're here at the Oceanside Pavilions and Beer Gardens for another episode of Tavern Tales. My special guest here today, longtime referee Pat Hernandez, better known as the official referee for XPW. What's up, Pat?
How are you, Jack?
Doing great, man.
How are you, sir?
I'm doing good. Thanks for being on the show.
Thank you.
Let's start with the first question I ask everyone. What inspired you to get into professional wrestling? What made you want to be a referee?
You know what? Well, I think like everyone else, for me, I was a fan. You know, I would watch the pay-per-views, hang out with friends, barbecue, watch the pay-per-views, and, you know, never in my wildest dreams ever think of becoming a referee and being part of this business. You know, I've always played baseball through high school, through college, and one day a friend of mine didn't show up to one of the pay-per-view events, and he showed up later on in the week, and I'm like, what happened? He's like, well, I found a school. I'm like, you're kidding me? And he's like, no, it's Slammers. So what happened was he signed up, to make a long story short, he signed up, became a professional wrestler, and they had these gym wars or shows, exclusive shows, invite only.
Right.
And being a fan, you know, I would attend these shows, and it was awesome. I mean, you know, these phenomenal athletes, and I'm seeing them right in front of me live. And what happened was later on, one of the referees, I believe, quit or had to leave. So one day my buddy asked me, he goes, hey Pat, would you like to be a ref? And I was kind of hesitant, and, you know, again, playing baseball all my life, I was like, I don't know if I can really have the time to actually do this with school and baseball. So I gave it a shot, and I already knew Dynamite D. I knew a lot of the guys already at Slammers, at Ferreira, Tyrone Tiny Little, El Toro Bravo, Daniel Ramirez, and it's
Munch.
like, you know, they just brought me in. They took me under their wing, and I would say, you know, you got to have some type of athletic ability. And at the time, again, baseball's been my life, so it was a pretty easy transition for me. And the guys just took me under their wing, and at that time, Slammers pretty much closed shop.
Right.
So once we had an established roster again with a referee, they started to do these live shows on the road in Bakersfield.
Right, over at the
Strongbow Arena.
Yeah,
that's
I
right.
love that place.
And I'll never forget it. And that's when I started making my debut. Every Thursday night, I'd go to work, go to school. If I had baseball, do that. But every Thursday night, the guys would pick me up, and it was a, you know, it was a road trip.
Awesome.
And I was the only one. I learned the hard way. I was the only referee. But let me tell you something. It's a family, and they took me under their wing. They taught me the ins and outs, to be professional, to respect this business.
Right.
And as a matter of fact, you're one of them.
Yeah,
you
no,
know,
I trained down there for a long time with them, and I know what it's all about.
Absolutely. You know, I didn't know anything coming into this, and you guys such as yourself, Dynamite D, Tech 9, countless others, took me under their wing and groomed me, and I continue to still do this, and I love the sport. And these guys that are in the ring now, I mean, they're phenomenal athletes. And
How many years total you got?
oh my God, I want to say close to 20.
20 years. Wow.
20 years, and you know, it's given me a lot. And
Give us
just
a
grateful.
roll call. Give us a little roll call. 2 or 3 of the matches that made the huge impact on you. Like, wow, I can't believe I'm going to actually rep this match with these 2 guys. No matter where it was, who it was for. 2 or 3 of those.
I would say first is the first night going out there at Strongbow Stadium. I was in the dressing room and I saw the lineup. Go out there and do your thing. It's my very first time getting my feet wet, and I survived it, and it opened up the door for me. So it's got to be the very first match at Slammers in front of 1,000 people at Strongbow.
Right.
Then I would say quite a few. I'm saying this because I'm not saying because you're here, but you and Tech 9,
Right.
constant
We had a lot of
grudge matches.
Yeah, we had a lot of good matches.
Where the crowd was just so hot, and they popped for every little thing, and just to be part of your matches and knowing that I get to referee you guys, it was an event. It was a main event type of match all the time.
Nice. Thank you. I appreciate it.
And then I would say third would have to be once things started developing for me. I would say I started hitting the road with Cincinnati Red, and I started working for Yokozuna, and I started doing shows up in Sacramento. Once again, I was the only referee, but they brought in superstars like the Honky Tonk Man, Jimmy Superfly Snuka, the Head Shrinkers. I mean, and again, that would possibly be my third, because I was all by myself.
Right.
And yet here I am, fresh, new face into the business, and yet I'm refereeing all these main eventers in one night. So that would be my third.
Awesome. So now, here's the money question, referee Pat Hernandez. Give us your best tavern tale. Something funny, something weird, something outrageous that happened to you backstage or out on the road.
I would have to say during the XPW years. This is during the time when we started doing shows at the sports arena, when Sabu came in, which was a big surprise for everyone. But after a show, I want to say out in Ventura, it was a road show we did. We did back-to-back shows. We did one at the LA Sports Arena one night, and then we did Ventura, or no, Bakersfield, then Ventura. So it was a three-day show. But after the show in Ventura, we went out to dinner. Sabu was included, and a lot of the stars. We went out to eat at a restaurant, and poor Sabu, he was already pretty much passed out. So we're all sitting at the table, and he was at the very end of it. Everyone's ordering food, and you see Sabu just hunched over, asleep. Everyone's trying to talk to him. Sabu, what do you want to eat? What do you want to eat? And nothing. So everyone else took it upon themselves to order him something, and poor guy never got to eat. But it was very difficult. We ended up, one of the guys, I want to say Pararuso, I think it was, he ended up picking up Sabu, and walked out with Sabu over his shoulder. And it was just a phenomenal, funny scene. You had all these big wrestlers, and we're carrying one of them, and it is what it is. I mean, it takes a lot of wear and tear on your body, but
that's what happens in this business. Referee Pat Hernandez, thank you so much for being on the show. I really appreciate it.
Thank you, guys.
America, that's Tavern Tales for this time. Stay safe, and we'll see you again. Cheers.
So